My name is Rhonda Lucy, and my Mohawk name is Sisananawe Yogonkwe. My Ojibwe name is Mamimkwe, both meaning the same thing, butterfly woman. I am she, her. I'm also two-spirited. The culture wasn't allowed in the house. My mother was sort of like, she would always be like, my daughter's native, but I'm not. But she is. She's mixed. There wasn't a lot of upbringing in my household. But at the same time, inherently through like those blood memory things, like my mother would be giving me teachings. It wasn't a conscious choice, but it was definitely there. And then later in life, I would find her hiding moccasins and stuff in the back of the closet, protecting eagle feathers and things of this nature. But my best friend growing up was granddaughter of the chief of the Mohawks at the time. And I basically just kind of lived at her house. Like there wasn't a lot of like traditional practicing of anything going on there. But there was much more of a presence than there was anywhere in my home. And we just spent all our time out in the bush. I just hid in trees with art books. But my saving grace was a man who lived next door to me, who I call my dad. And he was a school teacher. He grew up the same way I did, with assaults and stuff in the home. And so he gave me a classical education. He was a school teacher in our local district. He just tried to give me compassion. He knew that I wasn't getting. My seed had a choice to be watered with poison or nutrients. And I'm so lucky that was there. I left my hometown when I was 12. A street kid all through my teen years, kind of in and out of Toronto and Hamilton. Just like I lived in the back of a Greyhound, and like art was my whole life. And then I've just permanently moved here when I was 24. I just immediately felt like home. And actually, even when I was just living in the East End, even when I was right downtown at Dundas, I would get homesick for Parkdale. It just always felt like home to me. It felt really safe. It felt like home even though I had never been there before. I work in film. I work in the arts. I run 2 organizations. One, Sun Raven Arts, empowering voices through the arts. And then the Toronto Indigenous Filmmakers Collective. And then Sun Raven Arts has a background that stemmed from my background in social work and healing arts work, traditional storytelling, and contemporary arts. I'm a professional weirdo who wants to bring light. That's what Sun Raven is about. The Parkdale Community Center here, the Healing Arts Room. So they gave me an opportunity to run my very first Sun Raven Arts program. So we ran this multi-week program to work on these story masks. And all my life, I had been coming in to Toronto on Greyhounds and strangers' cars and whatever as a street kid, and always dreaming of the arts world and dreaming of being here and having a reason. And I never had a reason. Sun Raven Arts gave me a reason. It gave me an identity. It gave me validation. It gave me a means to give that to other people, which is what I'm really, really, really after. The first time in my life I was going somewhere, I had art supplies, and I had a purpose. So in my first time that I felt my real purpose was here in Parkdale at the Community Arts Healing Center here. And it was the very first program I ran. And it's such a medicine to help people. And it feeds yourself too, it feeds your spirit. It gives you a healthy ego to know you exist and that you have skills that matter, and that all of that work and all of these practices and all these shit jobs I've taken, I've managed to really find ways to use them for good things and put them all together. I refuse to let anything waste. And so that was the first time I realized my purpose. And my identity was here in Parkdale, and so now it's home. I've never really had home in my life, and actually it's the one thing I've always really wanted, was to just go home And I hope that doesn't mean I have to just wait to die, because I've been so displaced all my life. But so far in my travels, this has the patchwork of all the things I need and like. And I'm walking distance to the lake and the Shameful Tiki Room. Like I got kitsch and fruit stands and you name it. Art stores. I got a huge art supply store here. I got open spaces. It just has everything I need here. And weirdos, a bunch of like punk rockers and stuff. Into all of this.